Going live over here. I think it's live. Yes! We are live!
I'm live from India and Cassie is live from
Canada.
two different planets.
Totally two different planets. Well, thank you
Yep.
for jumping on here with me and having a conversation about conversations that change everything. We were just talking briefly before we got on, but I love having conversations with people, like real true conversations, not that like, how's your day today? Like, how's the weather? I don't know. Like, what's your favorite sports team? Those conversations that you feel different, they feel different after. Tell me, what is your experience with that? And even like culturally would be kind of interesting now that you're talking about being on different parts of the world. Like how do conversations show up in your world?
Wow, that's a pretty awesome question, actually. You know what? What was really cool, because I live in Saudi Arabia originally. I'm in India for Grace's classes. So I was like, you know what? I'd like to try something different. I'd like to have like an algorithm interrupt. Let's see, what am I going to do different today? And I took the bus for the first time ever. Like I've lived in Saudi my whole life and I've never used public transportation. And I go on the bus and I'm clueless. I'm like, do I use the app? Is there like, am I supposed to pay? Am I supposed to scan anything? And I'm almost like falling as the bus starts to move again. And I don't have my shit figured out. And this lady's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm like, I don't know where to go. What am I supposed to do? She's like, it's okay. I was there at some point. I'll tell you. Let's open the app. Let's look at Google Maps. And it's just like that. Contribution, thank you, universe. And this is what I love about just this organic kind of sense of engagement.
Yeah.
Where you really don't know where it starts, but you kind of like roll with it when it does start.
Yeah.
That's what's super like fun and exciting for me when it comes to conversations and engagement. It's just like you really never know when the conversation gets started, what's the topic. It's like the most random of things.
You just invited me to something really exciting because, so how often do we have to do something for the first time, but it's like we have to do it? So there's like a lot of stress involved or trying to get it right or whatever, but to do something that you don't have to do whatsoever for the first time, just to see kind of what happens or how it works. And in that, using that as a point of engagement is freaking brilliant. Like, or space of engagement rather, where you would talk to people you'd probably never talk to. You would discover people you'd never discover.
Exactly. And I just love that. I love just getting to meet people that I would never meet. And that in itself is the algorithm interrupt. It's like like in your day-to-day life, you wouldn't meet this person, you wouldn't even talk to them. And honestly, like I would have these judgments about like me of like, I'm not dressed like them, I'm not conservative, I'm not this, I'm not that. So they wouldn't want to talk to me, but they do. They start conversations with me a lot. And I'm like, wow, okay, I thought you guys hated my guts, but apparently you didn't want to talk to me.
We haven't met in person, but you've always been just this warm energy to me. Like when I've met you and I've seen you engage with other people, do you bring that warmth to strangers? Like, is that just kind of, and have you always been that way? Just this warm, open person?
Well, first of all, it takes one to know one, Cassie. So, I guess it just honestly, like with Access, it just allowed me to step more into that. It's kind of like, like with Right Voice for You, it's like lowering your walls and barriers and just allowing the energy to move and just cruising with it. And that's kind of like what effortless conversations can be. And I'm just loving what we are, engaging with right now, because it's like effortless, it's flowing, and it's like we're not here to interview or cover like bullet points or anything like that. It's just like,
Yes.
hey, let's explore. Let's have fun.
I love so lowering walls and barriers. Would you say that's like an ingredient for a conscious conversation?
Oh, hell yeah. Because, oh my gosh, the times that I was like in calls or classes with anybody, whether it's Gary or Dane, etc., it's like, and my walls are up, and there's this wave of consciousness and awareness that comes in. If my barriers are up, it's like I'm like deer in headlight moment. Because the waves just come in like this tsunami is just tears them down. I'm like, what? Where did they go? Like, like I'm curious. Like I really want to know. Like, is this just a me thing, or is that what's it like for you?
Yeah, same. Like if my walls and barriers definitely get disrupted at classes with Gary and Dane, and I also notice I this is like popping up. I've had conversations with people where they are coming at me like we're gonna have a conscious conversation, but they have so much. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're laughing. They have so much pretense and personality, which are variations of walls and barriers, right? And I can't get there with them. Like I can't get to that space of consciousness. I'm like, okay, like I'm trying to interact with their personality rather than the consciousness of their being.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that like ingredient of lowering my walls and barriers, hopefully they can lower their walls and barriers, and then you can step into these conversations that just like I walk away knowing that I'm different, even if I don't have a cognitive like, oh, I had a big aha or like something crazy happened. I'm just like, wow, like that changed me, and I'm so grateful for the change and the energy exchange that we just had.
Yeah. I'm so glad you said that. Because, like, the times that I meet, like, whether it's me not knowing how to act around a person, because, like, their space and presence and who they be is just inviting me to just be and not pretend to be anyone else. At first, like, that was intimidating as hell. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, please teach me how to talk to you. But it's like, there's no way to talk to them except to just be. So that was like such a beyond for me. So now I'm encountering the other side where people around me are like, don't know how to act, or they're not sure how to talk to me. And I'm like, I'm just here. It's okay. But that in itself, it's like, hey, let's just be, and whatever comes, comes. That in itself is like super intimidating, because like people are just so entrained to just be like proper, and just like, yeah, you need to make sure you have a certain image, etc. Like you mentioned, Cassie, like this whole conscious thing. Like I can't do anything like that might come across as unconscious, God forbid.
Don't have cleavage or anything. That's so unconscious. Like I must be perfect.
Interesting point of view. You have this point of view.
Yes, exactly. That is so cool how you said like it that flip side, because I know exactly what you mean. I think the first couple of encounters with Dane, Dr. Dane here, the co-founder of Access Consciousness, I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to talk to you. You have no personality for me to engage with, like I only knew that. Like I don't only knew how to bounce off of that. And so, and then now on the other side of being like, now you're the person that they're like, and, but what's so cool is because of that warmth that you have and that invitation, like how, if they're willing, like how quickly can they move into that relaxation and be like, oh, okay, I guess I could just be here. I guess I could have this conversation.
I would really, okay. I would say there's like so many factors that play out here because like it could also depend on like what kind of state I'm in or space or lack thereof if I'm not in a very space kind of position. Like I'll give you an example. I love giving these examples because like it's such an X-Men thing, forgive me. But it's like I'm carrying a book with me. I'm at the airport. I'm at the check-in counter, and I have a book that's called The Art of Spending Money.
Mm.
And I'm showing the guy my passport, etc. And I'm like, am I gonna need the passport like in the next kind of like, check in and whatever? He's like, no. And he's like, are you gonna need the art? And I'm like, I was like, lack of sleep at the airport, over overstimulated X-Men. Like, art? What? I'm like, art? He's like, yeah. And then he says the word in Arabic. I'm like, why did he bring up art? It's like, dude, that's the name of the book. And I'm like, this guy is just like, he ran with it. Like he went with it. Like he just, whenever he would come across me getting on the plane, he would go with like, yes, Miss Artist, yes, this. Like, wow, you're really hanging on to whatever you can, right? And and I just love this because, like, again, people who want to create like some kind of, I mean, let's call it from their perspective, it's like forming a connection.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for them, whatever they can hang on to, hold on to kind of form a connection. So that's what was in front of him. And I was like, it flew over my head.
He sounds fun.
That was funny. And I'm like, he you know what? Good for you. You kept going.
You didn't give up on that one.
He didn't. I'm like, okay, what if I run into him again when I fly back to Saudi? Is he gonna remember the artist thing?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that, like, and what lightness that brings to everything, that like little energetic conversation, like that little acknowledgement in that little moment.
So if we're willing to have it.
Yeah, absolutely, if we're willing to have it. So we're both a part of a really cool membership with Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, called Conversations in Consciousness. And so I would love to hear how because we're in the second year, how has it kind of changed your life? Like what has it added or transformed for you?
Wow. So we're talking about 2 calls a month with Mr. Gary Douglas for a whole year. So I was on since it started, and I had already attended some calls, like telecalls before that, as a translator as well. And the thing is, it's like the thing I mentioned earlier of like the wave, the tsunami of consciousness that's just like, poof, where did the walls and barriers go? And it's like it opens up this space of awareness, when he's facilitating, that's like, okay, I'm actually able to see it now. Sometimes, or a lot of the time, we may need to hear the recording 3, 4, 10 times again, sometimes more to get it. But it just opens this energetic space where, yes, he shows you kind of like where to look, but it's for you to go the extra mile.
Yes.
That's what I like. I'm not sure what it has been like for you, but for me, that's what it's been like. It's been like here, like, well, let's see, what are you aware of? What do you know? And boom, this wave of consciousness and awareness. And it's like, okay, now it's up to you. What do you want to do with it? What do you want to choose?
Which is so empowering.
Yes.
Yeah, which I wasn't very used to, because like you go to school and the teachers have the answers, right? They're supposed to. Half my teachers did not have the answers, but they're supposed to have the answers, and you're supposed to look to your parents for answers, and you're supposed to look to people to tell you what to do. And then you get into this conscious zone, and you're right, Gary, like there'll be that tsunami, like you're getting this energetic, massive contribution and download. And then he's like, okay, cool. And then, choose. And you're like, what? Hi, Alyssa saying hi. And I remember at first being a little almost like frustrated with Gary, like, no, but we're not done because you didn't like, and a lot of what I realized, it took me a while to realize, like, he's inviting me to choose, because choice is something that, I mean, we could talk about choice forever. That's a whole nother conversation. But I was never given choice in my life in anything. Like I was like micromanaged my entire life. So when he's like, okay, cool. And then, so I'll bring something to the table and I'm like, Gary, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, like, and what are you going to choose? And I'm like, no, you're going to tell me the right answer. So then I know what to choose. He won't. But he does it in this very supportive way of like, and I know you got this. Like, I'm not telling you what to choose because I know that you know what to choose. And that is like, almost makes me emotional. Like that just really transforms something for me, just to have someone that I admire so much, that's so fucking brilliant, to look at me and be like, I know that you know what to choose for you.
Yeah. Wow. I love the way you put it, honestly, because that's exactly that. It's the empowerment, which I guess we avoid at first.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not the empowerment I want. I want the answers. Give me answers. That's like, okay, but how empowering is that truly? If it's just like, let me give you bullet points and just, this is what you should do, and that's it. But I don't think you or me would have stuck around in Access if it was like that.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd be gone by now for sure.
For sure. It's like, yeah, I've had lists thrown at me for
Yeah.
30 plus years. Didn't really, not my thing.
Not my thing either. Okay, so do you have a favorite conversation from Conversations in Consciousness?
Wow. There's one that's still, this is also one of my favorite things about these conversations, is that they continue to kind of like unfold. So it's not just like, okay, it starts and stops with the call. No, it keeps going. So one of the things I did ask Gary about was about being alone. Not lonely, but alone. And as he started to talk about it and also like give me that energetic download of what it is, I went there. And it just showed me also that I don't require to be walked into something, let's say mentally or cognitively. It's more of a energetic walkthrough. And it's like, hey, there's the door. You want to go there or not? And that was that moment for me, that where it was like, yeah, I'm actually willing to go there. I'm willing to have that space of being alone. Whether I choose it all the time or not, that's a different conversation. But there was so much empowerment in that conversation and so many others, that exactly that. It's like, here's the door. What do you want to choose? And each one of us, like, they have their own, let's call it item, that might be coming up a lot in conversations like that. And what I really am grateful for is that as long as you're willing to look at something and ask about it, ask a question, he's willing to go there with you.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because you're on Zoom and there's a whole bunch of people there. But somehow, I mean, when you get up there, maybe people feel nervous or whatever. But for me, it's the moment I start to talk with Gary, it's like I'm in an intimate space. And like what you were saying about being alone, for some people, that topic is so vulnerable, you know, and to have this vulnerable conversation with other people around, but you're having it with them. It's like we've all chosen to jump, and not everyone. I'm sure there's people that are multitasking or people that are whatever, but Gary kind of sets that space of like, and this, like, you can be here and it's okay and you could be vulnerable. And the more vulnerable I've found like I'm willing to be, the more change I get. Like when I'm coming at it with, I've got the perfect question, or I'm gonna like, my personality is gonna, or my image is gonna do the work for me. It never really goes as far as when I'm willing to be that vulnerability. And then that small, it could be 5 minutes. Gary's talked for 20 minutes with someone. Like, it's just really depends on like where it goes. And he's just such this gift of contribution in this conversation in a different way that I've seen anything else. I've been taking classes with Gary, you know, since 2014. This particular membership, I don't know about you, because you do a lot of classes too. For me, it's so different. Just the energy of it and what he's created there.
Wow. Thank you first of all for bringing up the vulnerability, because I wasn't also acknowledging that necessarily. So thank you for that. And see, conversations.
Conversations that change everything.
Wow. And that's the thing about the energetics of different calls and classes and memberships, is that there's no one call or telecall or class or membership that's going to be like another one or the one before it. So even conversations and consciousness this year is also different, is also changing.
Yes.
Like there's no reference points whatsoever.
Yeah, beautifully said. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this conversation. It was such a delight to be here with you.
I'm very grateful, and my sense is that we have opened up a lot of different spaces just by having these conversations.
Wow.
And I'm excited to just keep exploring. Yeah, I'm very grateful.
Me too. So if any of you watching are interested in having conscious conversations, if you want to join us with Gary, you already said, Gary, he runs these calls. He's the master wizard. There's 2 calls a month, and there's a link in the description if you want to just check it out and explore it. It really has contributed to my life in so many incredible ways. I can't even describe them all because there are so many subtle ways that I would miss. But yeah, join us.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye for now, everyone.